running a larger VCF. Here it went through the successful classification with the narratives generated, communications events log, a preview report, route recommendations and literature evidence, pipeline summary on the bottom, and a link to the reports. Here we have a JSON of the report, a markdown version of the report that can be formatted better. And lastly, an HTML report with the summary, variant classification, therapeutic recommendation, literature evidence, tools and platforms used, and any warnings or failures defined. Now heading over to the documentation to go over architecture and why this approach. So if you go to the repository, you should be able to find all the steps and why does this matter, what is going on, how is it set up. If the architecture diagram visualizes the workflow, the pipeline, starting with the VCF, going through the supervisor agent using the specialized agents, MCP, multiple MCPs, and LLM inference by Ollama to get MedGemma offline version, so no API keys needed, to create our clinical report. This project is based or more of a revamp of a previous project that was done, where I was intending to make a offline Dockerized multi-agent orchestration workflow using MedGemma. Is following similar concepts but taking a slightly different approach by using MCP servers, ADK workflow, Ollama inference, and security layers. So hence different architecture, different tools used, and a revamp methodology. Now going through the project structure, the project is defined into a few different sections with the agents defined with their YAML and prompts alongside the source code that has the pipeline and VCF parsing, security, RAG infrastructure setup, the MCP servers, example data, notebooks for initial testing and learning, documentations that can be useful from starting from what we the main definition vocabulary of stuff, diving into AI concepts, then going into how this project has been set up. And if we hop over real quick to the code, we can see the YAML and the Markdown for each agent, documents that can be previewed for a more easier read, MCP server with their code that can be debugged and run as needed, notebooks that can be run as needed as well, and so on, along with Docker Compose and Python project YAML file for local setups. And lastly, I want to touch on the tools used to generate the project and come to a finish, starting with anti-gravity that was used to review, polish, and refine steps using the overview, review, and implement feature. Then I also use Kairos spec mode to create the design requirements and tasks, and the many different ways of GitHub Copilot to review and implement features as needed. And that is my PharmaGenomics Advisor project. Thank you for watching.